Hey, Real Green Ninja here. The video you're about to watch is a supplement to the existing tutorials and help videos already available on the Real Green website. I do take a more casual approach because I'm presenting this information as I would if you called in, although I may have a little fun with it. This video is based upon the information I, as a Real Green technician, would provide using my experience on the help desk. This video was created on my own time to assist with areas of the software that may be waiting for an official help video or tutorial. At the beginning of the training video, I will have the version of the Service Assistant the video was made with. I will also try to be as accurate as possible, but be aware, as Service Assistant updates are released, things may change. I'm using the name Real Green Ninja as not to stand out from the other amazing technicians that I work with. I hope the information in this video helps you, so grab a cup of coffee and I hope you learn something new. Hey, Real Green Ninja here. Today we're going to talk about property inventory items and how useful they can be for you. So let's begin. Essentially, what a property inventory item, it's located under the customer screen under the property tab here. And this is where you can actually add different sizes that you can price your services and programs and specials and stuff off of other than what's on the main customer screen. Now, of course, as with a lot of stuff in the software, you got to get it set up in the first place. So let's go ahead and set something up. Let's say you're doing like a perimeter pest or a flower bed maintenance. Obviously, again, you're not going to be using the same size as the lawn area because you're not going to be doing a perimeter on 1,000 square feet of lawn. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to Data, Product Parameters, and Units of Measurement, because the first thing we need to do is we need to define what this unit of measure is. All right. Now you'll see we have a couple in here already, and you see I actually have a couple of them defined already, like linear inches and inches and stuff like that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new one, and I'm going to call it Perimeter. Actually, I'm going to call House Perimeter. Make it a bit better yet there. House Perimeter. There we go. Okay, so again, this would be like the perimeter of the house for your perimeter pest control, or maybe even the perimeter of the yard, depending on how you're doing it. And then once you create your unit of measure, you're going to come over here and define it. You're going to select if it's like an area, which, you know, length, number, volume, and so on and so forth. But house perimeter is usually done in feet, which would be a length. So we're going to go ahead and do length, and I'm going to come down here and select feet. All right. Now, again, I can create many ones. I can even have yard perimeter. There we go. All right, so again, I can actually create multiple units of measure that have different, or they have the same definition, the same actually, the same defining characteristics, or however you want to say it. So like I said, you know, hit save here. So again, I have different things in here, but they're measured the same way. All right. So once we have our units of measure, then we can create our property inventory item. So we're going to go to Data, Customer Parameters, and then Property Inventory. We're going to hit New. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, give me a second here. First thing I want to show you in this window here, you have locations. It could be like house and yard and stuff like that, but this is pretty much where the locations are. Then you can also have categories for your inventory items. But like I said, I'm going to talk about the inventory items themselves. But here's where you're going to actually create those inventory items. Now, you'll see I already have one that's in their perimeter, but again, maybe I want to define it a little bit better. So I'm going to call it House Perimeter. Oops. Spell that right. There we go. All right, and then over here is where I'm going to grab the house perimeter. Now, I usually recommend maybe put what kind of unit measure in if it's like square footage or feet or whatever. Again, it's up to you guys. And then I can come down here and do yard perimeter. Okay. And then miscellaneous, there we go. And then again, I can go through it and do yard perimeter. So now that I've created these property inventory items, and like I said, you can have different categories for different things, but while I've created these property inventory items, I can now add them to a customer screen. So I can come over here, I'm going to grab this person right here, I'm going to go to their property tab. Now you'll see their main area, their main serviceable area is 5.6 thousand square feet. But I'm going to go to the property here, and I'm going to add a new one. I'm going to grab one of those property inventory items I just created, like this yard perimeter here. I can indicate if it's location. So again, if you're doing like flower bed maintenance or something else like that, you can indicate where that's located in the property. But this is where I'm going to type in the number of feet that this yard perimeter is. So again, I'm not no math expert. Also, I don't really do lawn care myself. I'm more tech support and stuff like that. So I'm just going to put in, let's say, 25,000 feet. Again, you could do, foot. You can do, I think they actually have like 100 feet, 1,000 feet, and stuff like that. Again, I'm going to put in 2,500 feet. Like I said, it's all how you define it. Now I can push the down arrow, and now I can add my house perimeter. There we go. And maybe the perimeter of the house is more something like 1.2 thousand feet or 1,200 feet. Okay. So again, I'm going to put in my item, and then I'm going to put in my size, and then I'm going to hit save. Now you'll see here it tells me what the unit is. Again, we have 5.6, we have 2,500, and we have 1,200. Now, when you create your service or program, under your data tab, parameters, services, and programs, under services, if it's like a special job, let's see here. I think I have one there. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. I actually, like I said, I have a special job, perimeter pest. Under here in this yellow area, if it's a special job, you'll see it says units. This is where I can go through and tie it to one of those units of measure. So let's say, for example, this perimeter pest control I'm doing right now is actually the house's perimeter. All right. If I have it set up for pricing, I can go and select my pricing table. I'm just going to grab a random pricing table here. I don't have one already set up for perimeter. But again, if you have it all priced out and stuff, you can do it that way. So you'll see, again, this is going to be using the house perimeter number. If it's a program, okay, over here the units is going to tell the program what's used. So again, you could go through and actually have a program based upon different units of measurements and such. All right. Once you have all that stuff in place, then what you could do is you could actually, go out to the property, gather the information. Again, I threw the numbers in there while I was on the customer screen, but you'd have your estimate sheet, go out there, find out the yard perimeter length is, find out what the house perimeter is, find out what the lawn square footage is, find the flower bed. So once you get all that stuff ready, then what you can do is when you add a job to that customer that has those measurements in the system, it's going to use that size. So for example, if I grab my lawn care program, which I know uses the 1,000 square feet, okay, you'll see there it's going to grab that 5.6 that's on the main customer screen, all right, and price accordingly. Let's hit save. I'm going to hit my required fields. There we go. Save. There we go. Now, if I were to add that perimeter pest that I just assigned that unit of measure to, let's just scroll down a little bit. There we go. You'll see it's going to grab that 1,200, and again, price accordingly. Now, I'm using the same price here. That's why this price is so high. But like I was saying, it didn't grab that 5.6 number. It grabbed that 1,200 because I told the service to use the house perimeter measurement. So again, if the service has a unique unit of measurement like the house perimeter, again, you can do like flower bed 1,000 square feet, flower bed square footage, again, however you want to do it, it's going to look at the main customer screen and say, hey, do they have that house perimeter, yard perimeter, or flower bed square footage or whatever? No, it doesn't. Now let's take a look at the property tab. Oh, there it is. Let's use that number. Again, once everything's set up, it makes it easy because if you have all your pricing and stuff in there, you can literally add a bunch of jobs to a customer. They're going to have the pricing that you want in there, and life just becomes that much easier because then you can send them out prepaid letters and stuff like that. So I hope this helps, and you guys have yourself a wonderful day.